Hi guys, so today's video I'm going to be going through my foundation collection with you guys. A lot of you have asked for this, so I'm slowly starting to get it done. It took me 2 hours to talk about all the foundations in this video because I have a lot of them. 59 foundations in this video. Foundation is definitely one of my favorite parts of makeup. When I envisioned doing a channel, I thought I was going to be doing like a lot of foundation wear tests and stuff. What I realized is that no one wants to see someone with decent skin, dry, normal to dry. Bless you. When I envisioned doing this channel, I thought I was going to be doing like a lot of foundation wear tests and stuff, but then I realized that no one wants to see someone with normal to dry skin with not a lot of acne going on and no real problems with my skin. I'm not super pale. Like, I'm pretty pale, but I'm not like the palest. I just don't have a lot to offer when it comes to foundation wear tests because typically foundations work out pretty well for me. So that killed that dream, but I collect. I absolutely love foundations. I hope you guys like the video. If you do, let me know because I have other things I could do a collect video on because I'm a hoarder. So I hope you guys like this video and thank you so much for watching. Alright, so the first foundation I have is one of the older ones. These are the Maybelline Fit Me's. I think these came out in like 2015-ish and they were huge hits. I have two shades in the matte and poreless. I have 230 and 238. And then in the dewy and smooth, I have 210. These are all pretty decently full coverage. I want to say the dewy and smooth is just a tad less amount of coverage. I actually really liked both of these for my dry skin, but if you're really dry, I would suggest the dewy and smooth above the matte and poreless. These all come in glass bottles. There's no pump, and there is 1 fluid ounce in these. When you compare the price of these, the availability, they're in every drugstore, and just how good these are on your skin, these are really a very good foundation. I need to purchase this in one of my pale shades because I forgot about how good these were, honestly. Next is the LA Girl Pro Coverage Foundation. These are relatively new. They came out in like the end of 2016. I have it in the shade Fair and in the white shade. This is obviously just a foundation mixer. I'm definitely not too happy with these. The coverage on these is pretty full coverage. I do feel like it definitely is more of a mask. It doesn't look natural whatsoever. It does oxidize on my skin and it does make me slightly oily. These both come with 0.95 fluid ounces and they both come with a pump, which for the price is awesome. I love when they come with a pump. I've tried mixing these two together and it still doesn't work out for me. I've tried this one with every way I know how. There are a lot of people who are passionately in love with these foundations and I am just not one of those. I'm definitely going to give these to one of my sisters. But this one I'm going to keep. I do love a foundation mixer. Another foundation mixer that I love a lot is the Manic Dreamtone. This comes with a pump. I've lost the top. And it also comes with 1 fluid ounce. White. I find that this does not change the consistency of my foundation too much. If it was medium coverage, it's still medium coverage. It definitely just lightens the heck out of it, which is a really good tool for the winter for anyone, honestly. Alright, next I have the NO7 Stay Perfect foundation. There's a couple different types of this foundation that I really like to try out. It does come with a glass bottle, comes with 1 ounce, and it comes with a pump, which is really all good things for a drugstore foundation. I got this in the shade Cool Honey, which was my bad. This is definitely not my shade, anywhere close to my shade. Will I ever be this shade? No. I did get a little oily on my skin. It did patch up really easily. I wasn't a huge fan of this one, but I definitely want to give it another try in my shade or possibly some of the other versions of this. But yeah, this one was definitely not good for me. Alright, next is the Maybelline Dream Velvet. I have it in the shade 40 with nude. It also comes with 1 fluid ounce and it's a squeezy tube, which I feel like I waste a lot less product with anything squeezy tubed. This is definitely one of those more whipped foundations, which don't tend to work out for me very well. This is way too tan for me, by the way. This is definitely my summer shade as well. I think that this one was just a little bit too orange for me. And like I said, the whipped foundations, although they feel really good on my skin right now, it's just never worked out for me. It always patches. And the wear just isn't that great for me. I did use the hell out of this though, as you can see. It just became my gym foundation. Which yes, I wear foundation in the gym sometimes. This is the Simply Vera Wang Naturally Radiant Hydrating Makeup. If you've never heard of this foundation, neither have I. I actually got this in like a trade-off with someone. It has 1 ounce and it is a squeezy tube. I did keep it because it is such a light shade. I wouldn't mix it with other foundations. Maybe I could find a perfect match for this. There's no coverage at all from this one, unfortunately. And I've just never heard of Vera Wang's foundation, so who knows with this one. Next is the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover foundation. This is also another whipped foundation. I have it in the shade 303 and it does come with 1 ounce and it is a squeezy tube as well. I will say out of all the moussey foundations that I have, this one did work out the best, but again, I just found the application very patchy for me. My older sister absolutely loves this foundation though. Alright, next is the EX1 Invisiwear foundation. I got this off of lookfantastic.com because it is an overseas company. I got it in the shade F300 and it does come with a pump as well. I really like this packaging. This is a plastic bottle. This one I really liked because it is so yellow based. I know that they have other shades in this now. When I bought this, there were only like 5 shades though. But they've definitely extended it past this. This is way, way, way too dark for me, but this was full coverage, lasted forever on me. I wore this during the summer when I do get oily in my T-zone especially, and this was definitely one of the foundations that I could lean on. I definitely suggest you guys trying it out, and I definitely am adding this to my list to get a pale shade in. Alright, next is the L'Oreal Pro Glow. This is from the Infallible line as well. I have it in the shade 203 and 209. I remember the shade matches being really weird on this. I ended up buying like 3 or 4 different kinds. I had the 207, which was like the same exact shade of this one, and the 205, which was like one less, like 1 shade down from this. I ended up giving those to my little sister. 203 matches me perfectly right now. These did come out during the summer, and so I was a little oily then, and these didn't work very well on me. I absolutely love them now. I'm not really finding a glow from these. I mean, I find these to be dewy, not glowy. But these come in a squeezy tube, come with 1 fluid ounce. They do claim a radiant medium coverage, which I'm definitely going to agree with. I'm just missing it with the Pro Glow. They should have called it Pro Dewy. I don't know. But these are a pretty good foundation, especially for the price. Alright, again from the Infallible line, this is the Pro Matte. I have it in the shade 104. I had it in the shade 107, and I don't know where it went to, but I didn't wear that one anyways. This is also 1 ounce, also comes in a squeezy tube. This is definitely one of the most full coverage foundations that you can get from the drugstore, and definitely the longest lasting foundation that you could get from the drugstore. I remember this being all the hit when it first came out. I know a lot of people with dry skin say that this does not work out for them. It did for me. If you have oily skin though, I definitely suggest this. Alright, next I have the Soap and Glory 1 Heck of a Blot foundation. This comes in 1 ounce plastic bottle and it comes with a pump. This only came in like 3 shades. I think this is like the medium one. It doesn't say on there, but I remember it was only a couple of shades and I got the one that I thought would fit best. This is one of the worst foundations I've ever used, ever. It is pretty well priced, and if you mix this with a super hydrating dewy foundation, then it will work for you. But on its own, this dries down to a powder so fast that I had a hard time actually buffing it out. Forget setting this with anything. Forget putting concealer. Does not go with this. I've never ever used a foundation this bad. It's like they put powder foundation into a bottle, which if you're super oily, that might work out for you. I'm just not. I couldn't blend my foundation out. I couldn't put powders on top of it. It was really bad. Just really bad. Alright, next I have the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealers. I have it in the shade 01 Creamy Vanilla and 05 Warm Beige. These come with 1 fluid ounce. These are a glass bottle and they do come with a pump as well, which when these first came out, I remember everybody like blowing their lid over a drugstore foundation with such great packaging. These definitely are dark. The whole line is pretty dark, pretty yellow. I actually really appreciate that about 01. I can't use it on its own, but I do love to mix these with the drop foundations that I have that I'll show you later. That's like my favorite combo ever. I should just buy like an empty bottle and mix them together in that, because that's exactly how I will forever use these. When I was tanner, I could get away with using this, and I did find that it definitely is full coverage and it lasts a decent amount of time. I would say nothing past 8 hours with these, but this is definitely one of my favorites of the entire year of 2016, and I absolutely suggest them to you if you are in the color range or if you are willing to mix like I am. Next, I have the Wet n Wild Photofocus Foundation. This has 1 fluid ounce, comes in a glass bottle. I have the shade Bronze Beige, which wasn't great for me, but it wasn't terrible. I'm not sure about the color range on here. I just grabbed this one because it was just hard to tell at the time I was shopping. This comes with this spatula applicator, which I really, really like. I find that it just has like this little dip in the middle that makes it, it's not like a spoon, but it makes it easy to like pull out a lot of foundation with it, and then I just kind of spatula it on my face. This foundation stank. I mean, it smells like butthole paint or something. It's so bad. This foundation also looked really, really, really cakey on my skin, which I can usually get away with. My skin can take foundation really, really well. It just didn't take this one very well. But it did last a long time for me. I want to say around 8 hours. Definitely is about a medium foundation. I don't suggest layering this. I did that and that might be why it looks so cakey on me. I definitely need to give this foundation another try though. Next, I have the Kiko Unlimited foundation. This comes in a frosted glass. It comes with a pump and it comes with 1.01 fluid ounces. I'm in the shade Warm Beige, which matches me perfectly. This is another one that I think is overseas. They did like Facebook message me every step along the way, so the customer service is definitely pretty good there. I absolutely love this foundation and definitely suggest you giving it a chance. I ordered from this company to try their little pot eyeshadows, which I really liked. This gives you a medium coverage, but it just looks very radiant, very pretty. I mix this with a lot of foundations and find that it works really, really well. Definitely suggest that you guys give this one a try as well. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it, but it's great. Next is the L'Oreal True Match Luminous Foundation. This also comes with 1 ounce, comes with a pump, and I am in the shade N4, which is not my shade whatsoever. I ordered this online, and I always suck at ordering online. This is a really, really pretty foundation. I saw a lot of comparisons of the Giorgio. I've seen a lot of people compare this to the Giorgio Armani foundation, so that's why I bought it, because I ain't trying that. Better to buy this one because this is like probably more than half the price. I definitely like this foundation. I just bought it in the wrong shade. So that's probably why you don't see me wear it a lot. Alright, next I have the Younique Mineral Touch Foundation. As you can see, there's a separation of oil on here, which it definitely does very easily. This comes with 0.68 fluid ounces, which I'm thinking because there's more pigment, but I still don't know for sure. This also comes with a dropper. This is an interesting one for me. I've been mixing this a lot and I like it better mixed rather than on its own. It just got a little tad bit oily on me. And I did set it when I wore it. I did a foundation review and wear test on this one. This is in the shade Organza, which is the second to the lightest shade. So if you're pretty pale, this is definitely not going to work out for you because this was just slightly, like I would say a half shade off for me. I got this from a really nice girl. I'll link her below. If you were even slightly oily, I would not suggest this because as you can see, there's so much oil in the product. This is actually a foundation. Next, I have the Missha Magic Cushion Moisture. This is one of those cushion foundations. The product is in here. Here is the product. You kind of press this and the foundation comes out. I've definitely used the hell out of this. The shade is really weird. I can't figure out like how to tell online because I got this off of Amazon, but this is pretty decent for a cushion foundation. I found that it lasted a long time. Good luck figuring anything out though because everything is on Korean. I would say that this is definitely a medium coverage. It's very, very natural looking. It did come with a refill kit and everything though, so I thought that was pretty cool. Alright, next for cushion foundations, I have the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion. It comes with 0.51 ounces. I have it in the shade W3, which was a better match for me than the N4. As you can see, there's still a lot of product left in here. I didn't use it very much because I didn't find that this lasted very long. I did like this foundation a lot. It was pretty moisturizing, I felt like, for me. I remember this like was everywhere when it first came out, but now I almost see nobody wearing it, so I don't really know. Next, for cushion foundations, this is the Maybelline Dream Cushion. I also comes with 0.51 fluid ounces, and I'm in the shade Classic Ivory. Again, same concept. The foundation is on this cushion right here. This is probably my favorite out of all the cushion foundations. It's just so expensive for how little product you're getting and how fast you use this up. It's just not really worth it, especially to get like half the foundation out of it. I think all the hype for these cushion foundations is the cushion itself, because it is just a little bit different and we're like craving something like that. But yeah, it was a good foundation for sure. Alright, next I have these Mehron HD cream foundations. I have them in three different shades. This one says light, this one says Eurasia, not really sure about that one, and then this one says one medium. I mixed these together to get different coverage. I think I bought these because I heard that Kylie's makeup artist used this on her. These were definitely way too thick for me. My skin felt smothered. There is 0.9 ounces in each one of these, which is not a lot, but because it's a cream foundation and so full coverage, a little bit goes a long way. I would just not wear these, honestly. I felt like it smothered the hell out of my skin, and it was super full coverage, like mask coverage. And I don't find that these mix very well with other foundations either. I've tried to mix this light one with a lot of different foundations, and it just never worked out. Alright, next I have the NYX Total Control Foundation Drops. There is only 0.43 fluid ounces in here. It does come with the little dropper as well. These are relatively new. I have not worn them yet on their own. I have been mixing vanilla in with my Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation, and I found that that is one of the best combos that I've ever put on my skin before. I did buy the shade Buff though, because vanilla is just a little bit too light for me. So I'm thinking maybe I can mix these for a better foundation color. Can't really tell you too much about these, honestly, except for the fact that they are holy shit expensive to only have 0.43 ounces in them. That, you missed me with that one. Alright, another drop foundation I have is the Hard Candy Glamouflage Pigment Drops. These only come with 0.5 fluid ounces. They also come in the dropper style. I definitely love these to mix with thicker foundations, and these are more affordable than the NYX ones. These are very oily. I've heard nothing but terrible things. I don't suggest using these on their own, but I actually really like these to mix with foundations. But yeah, these are definitely very oily. Very oily. Literally like skin colored water. Alright, so here I have the NYX Mineral Stick Foundation. This was my very first stick foundation. I remember absolutely loving the yellow in this foundation. It does not wear very well. It's very dry, very drying. I have it in the shade Golden Beige, and this only comes with 0.21 ounces, which is very typical for a stick foundation. I would definitely say that this is like a medium coverage. I just wasn't a huge fan of it because how drying it was. But if you are oily, then maybe this will work better for you. Alright, on to the higher end side of things. First, I have the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Foundation. This is in the shade Medium 54. 1 fluid ounce in it, and it does have a pump on it. The packaging on this one has changed. This is one of the older packaging. This is full coverage, like, period. Full coverage. This is probably the most full coverage foundation that I own. It does have 24 hours wear. I would probably say that this would last you longer than that. This is one of the best foundations for oily skin. I definitely tend to shy away from using this in the winter, but I do mix it. I definitely suggest this to you if you have a lot of acne or anything to cover. But if you have dry skin, then you might not love this on its own. Probably the coolest packaging ever. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. This comes with 1 standard ounce in it, and I'm just noticing now that this only lasts 6 months, which is a little weird. I got it in the shade 5.0. I definitely did not think that this lasted as long as an all-nighter foundation should. Didn't last as long as a Kat Von D, that's for sure. This does come with a pump on the top. I would say that this is super full coverage as well. I just don't think that it lasts as long as the Kat Von D one does. And because it doesn't last as long, nearly as long as other foundations would, most foundations last like 18 months, so I would definitely not suggest this unless you're going to use all of it right then. Next I have the Lorac Sheer Perfection Foundation. This comes with 1.2 fluid ounces. I have it in the shade medium beige, which definitely suits me during the summer. It does come with a pump as well. I really like the foundations where you can tell exactly how much you're using because it just comes up. One of the most natural foundations out there. It does not last that long, but if I just want to look like my skin is perfect and I don't have a lot of acne going on, I will wear this. It is, I would say, barely a medium coverage. So if you have a lot of acne, I wouldn't suggest this, but this is such a beautiful foundation. Definitely one of my favorites. If I'm having a good skin moment, this is the one. I love this foundation. Alright, this is the Lorac Natural Performance Foundation. This also comes in a pump foundation and it comes with 1 fluid ounce. I am in the shade MP3. I think this is an old foundation. I remember using this a long time ago. Not sure if it's good anymore. This is just a little bit more full coverage and a little bit heavier than the Sheer Perfection foundation, but I did really enjoy this foundation and I'm not even sure if they make it anymore, to be honest. Alright, so this is the Becca Aqua Luminous Perfecting Foundation. I'm in the shade Tan. This comes with 1 fluid ounce and it does come with another one of those dropper foundations. This is one of the biggest waste of money that I myself have sitting behind me. I absolutely hated this. It was not light coverage. This was nothing covered. Any coverage whatsoever. It just made me look smeared, to be honest. I've seen so many people rave about this and I'm just wondering how. This does have a really pretty frosted glass packaging and I like the drop applicator. But this kind of killed trying any other Becca foundations for me, honestly. I don't even know why I didn't return it. I'd have an issue with that, but hated this. Honestly, it just didn't work for me. I tried so hard. Next, I have the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealers. These come in glass bottles. There is 1 fluid ounce in here. And it also comes with this large doe foot applicator. I definitely like the applicator. I kind of push it all out on my face like that. If you're a makeup artist, this might not be the most hygienic thing for you, so you might not like it. This is definitely full coverage, definitely a pretty coverage, and it lasts a decent amount of time on my skin. Not the most long lasting, but I would say it lasted 8 hours to 9 hours. I wouldn't wear this for like 12 or anything like you would the Kat Von D one, but this is a beautiful foundation. I have it in my winter and my summer shade. This is one of the foundations that I definitely suggest to a lot of people when they ask me what should they wear. I suggest this one. So yeah, this is one of my top 5 favorite foundations, and if you haven't tried it, you definitely should. Next, I have the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream. I am in the shade Medium, which is not my shade currently. This comes with a squeezy tube and a pump, so it's like the best of both worlds. This foundation smells like straight up Fruit Loops. I love it. It comes with 1.08 fluid ounces. I have heard people say that this breaks them out. It does not break me out. It's definitely a medium to full coverage, which is pretty awesome for a CC cream. I definitely suggest this to you if you have any kind of coloring issues. I know the girl that owns this company has like rosacea really bad and she takes off her foundation in like every promo. But yeah, this is a really good foundation, I would say. Alright, this guy is super old. This is the MAC Studio Mist Foundation. Comes with 1.3 ounces in it and I'm in the shade light medium. I don't use this for my face anymore. This is a really old foundation. I don't even think they make this one anymore, but I do use it in case, like, you know, it's the middle of summer and I got my stomach hanging out and I just want it to look perfect. Just airbrush her. Alright, another spray foundation. This is the Sephora Perfection Mist Airbrush Foundation. Comes with 2.5 fluid ounces and I'm in shade Fair. This is horrible. Same thing sprays out like this. This does nothing for me on its own. I mean, like, absolutely nothing. I've tried spraying it on my face, I've tried spraying it on my sponge, I've tried spraying it on my brushes. I just can't get anything out of it, and when I try to mix it with other foundations, it just adds way too much moisture to it, and it just looks funky. It makes a good foundation funky. If you guys know how to use this and how it works for you, please tell me down below because I was so excited to try this. Alright, next I have the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation. I am in the shade 1W2. This also comes with 1 point fluid ounce, and it doesn't come with a pump. That's probably the only negative thing you'll hear me say about it. It doesn't come with a pump. It just kind of like dumps out. I've seen people put their MAC pumps on here and make it work. This is one of my favorite foundations, definitely in my top 5. Long lasting. This is full coverage. This is beautiful. I've never had a problem with this foundation, not ever. I absolutely love this foundation. I definitely suggest it to you. It is amazing. Alright, next I have the Hello Flawless Oxygen Wow Brightening Sunscreen Foundation. Holy freaking crap, did they have to name it like that? I'm in the shade Champagne. This also comes with a pump, and it comes with 1 fluid ounce. I got this because I saw Wayne Goss raving about it. It's not as great as I thought he made it sound. It's definitely medium coverage. It's definitely probably one of my best summer foundations. I reach for this a lot. This is my 2nd bottle, and I also gave this to my little sister, and she loved it as well. Truly, I don't see the difference between this one and, say, a drugstore foundation, but it does look really pretty on my skin. This does have SPF 25 in it, so that's why I would wear it during the summer a lot. Alright, next I have the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. This comes with 1 point fluid ounce. I am in the shade Light Medium Honey, and it also comes with a dropper. This is the only water foundation you will ever hear me rave about. This made my skin look perfect. It does get a little bit oily. I wouldn't suggest this if you are oily, but this is actually a decent medium coverage, just is a natural coverage. I love the bottle on this. My boyfriend's mom actually asked me about this foundation because she loved the bottle so much. This is one of those foundations that just feels really light on your skin no matter how many layers that you've added. I really enjoyed this one a lot. Something I did enjoy from Tarte is the Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation. I've seen so many people rave about this, and I'm just not with it. This has 1.7 fluid ounces in it, and I'm in the shade Medium Neutral. This is another one of those whipped sort of foundations, very, very, very thick. I just couldn't find a good application with this one no matter what I did. I did the sponge, I did the brush, I did my fingers, and my fingers are probably the only one that even came close to looking wearable. My skin just does not agree with the whipped foundations whatsoever, but like I said, there are a lot of people who absolutely love this foundation. It does come in a squeezy tube, and I really like the lid. Is that weird? Alright, another one of my top 5 favorite foundations. This is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. I'm in the shade NC20. It comes with 1 fluid ounce, and again, doesn't come with a freaking pump. I wish it did. I wish it did. You can buy a separate pump for this, which I'm just too cheap to do that. This is probably, when I wear this, the most compliments that I get. If I am doing anything special to me, if I'm doing any kind of like good day, if I want to feel pretty, this is the one that I go to. It is full coverage, but not like a mask full coverage, just very pretty coverage. I need to get this in my shade because I'm pretty sure I'm NC15. Doesn't get much lighter than that with MAC, I'm pretty sure. I understand a lot of people don't like MAC because they're not cruelty free. I didn't know that when I bought that. I probably wouldn't have bought it. But I do mistakenly buy a lot of not cruelty free items a lot. I've never claimed to be cruelty free, but obviously if I know that a product was like involved in any kind of like animal torture, I'm like not down. But yeah, unfortunately it's another one of those things that we're just not that well known about, but this is an amazing foundation to get back on track. Alright, here is another foundation that I'm shocked that more people don't talk about. This is the Japonesque Luminous Foundation. It comes with a pump. I'm in the shade 6, and this comes with 0.84 ounces, which for this one I remember only using 1 pump with, so it probably lasts you a decent amount of time. This is one of the prettiest foundations out there. Oh my god, I love the way that this makes my skin. It's just the most natural while providing really good coverage foundations out there. When people ask me what my favorite foundation is, I usually tell them this, and they usually have no freaking idea what it is. During the summer, this is my go-to. You will see me wear this a lot. And I just have no clue why people don't talk about this foundation more. It's luminous, it's natural, it's radiant, it's beautiful. You need this. You need this. Alright, here is the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. I am in the shade Barcelona. This comes with 1 fluid ounce, and it does not have a pump either. Some of my favorite foundations just leave you hanging with the pump. I definitely got this off of pure hype. It's a little expensive, especially for my taste, but this is hyped for a reason. This is another foundation that just makes you look beautiful. This is actually super full coverage for a sheer glow foundation. I absolutely love this foundation. It's just way too dark for me right now. But yes, if you've never tried this and you want to spend the bones for it, then I definitely suggest it. Alright, next I have the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I have it in the shade Vanilla and Nude. These come in frosted glass, and they also come with a pump. I have heard that this is one of the best foundations for oily skin as well. I have dry skin, and I absolutely love the way it looks on me. I would say it's a medium to full coverage, and I would say that this lasts about 8 to 10 hours. I've really never had a problem with this foundation. I think that this one was just so hyped up that it was just bound to die down. But this is an amazing foundation. I have it in 2 shades for a reason. I absolutely love it. Next, I have the Tarte Empowered Hybrid Gel Foundation. This comes in this little pot. It comes with 1 fluid ounce, and I am in the shade Medium Honey. I think I bought this because I'm just so obsessed with anything in this little pot. I just put my little sponge right in here, and I absolutely love it. This was my perfect summer shade. I remember taking it on vacation with me because whenever I was wearing foundation, I wasn't wearing it very long. This doesn't last very long on me. It gets oily pretty quickly, so I would just go swimming with this and it would just be gone and all is well. I think this was like exclusive to Ulta on this one. Like I said, it just gets so oily so fast. It just isn't one of my favorites. I kind of want to like take all of this out and put other foundations in here because I love this pot so much. I do love the frosted glass on here, and the lid is really pretty. Alright, here I have the Japonesque Velvet Touch Foundation. This is in the shade 6, and it comes with 0.67 fluid ounces. I should have known when I bought this and looked inside, and you can see it's like cracked in there. This is one of those thick whipped foundations. Again, these just don't work for me. They just never have. If I was to apply with this with my fingers, I could probably get a decent look out of it. I just never, nope, I just can't. It's just too thick. It reminds me a lot of the old Maybelline Dream Cushion mousses. Yeah, just let's never go back to that. This I didn't like. Alright, here I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundations. These came out like towards the end of last year as well. I have them in the shade Caramel and Alabaster. These only come with 0.32 ounces, and as I said before, stick foundations typically don't come with a full ounce. This one is way thin. These are definitely for oily skin. Even knowing that, I definitely wanted to try them. I don't hate them, honestly, as much as a lot of people do. Like with most stick foundations, these are pretty full coverage. I got Alabaster because I do like to mix it with the other shade. So if you have oily skin, I would definitely check these out. If you have dry skin, I would definitely skip them. Next, I have the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick Foundation. This is one of the first really popular stick foundations. It comes with 0.44 ounces, and I'm in the shade Y415, which is way too tan for me. This is absolutely super full coverage. It does get a little oily on me, and because it is too dark, I typically mix it with the Anastasia Stick Foundation in Alabaster, and then it dries it out so it's not so oily for me, and it makes it a lot paler. I don't actually know if this little guy is a foundation or a concealer or what. I used it for foundation, so I'm going to put it in here. This is the Cover FX little stick guy. It's called the Click Stick. I have it in the shade G20. I loved this. It was full coverage. It lasted really long on me, and it looked beautiful on. I don't use it much anymore because it's not my shade, and I saw someone using this as concealer, and I was really just confused. But yeah, I loved this little guy. This guy caused me a lot of sadness. This is the Makeup Forever Water Blend Foundation. Comes with 1.69 ounces, and I am in the shade Y305. This is just no coverage whatsoever. Nothing. I put layers and layers. I put like 6 layers on it, and that's how much I used. I only used it the one time. I will say though, for 6 layers, it felt like nothing on my skin whatsoever. It just didn't do anything for me, and I'm not going to put 6 layers of anything on ever. This was a disappointment for sure. Alright, the last foundation I have, and this one is also from Makeup Forever. This is their Ultra HD foundation. This is just a regular liquid kind. It comes with 1.01 fluid ounces, and I am in the shade Y225. I'm wearing this one today. I absolutely love this. I've purchased this a couple of different times, and it has never let me down. It also comes with a pump on it. This is definitely a medium to full coverage foundation. I'm not saying it's super full because I can still see some little acne that I have going on, but I don't mind it. I absolutely love the way that this looks on my skin, and I like the way that it wears. It does get dewy after about 8 hours, but not like oily, but like dewy, really pretty. I love this one.